My character's name is Tommy Lee Haywood. He's a rough redneck from Willacoochee, Georgia, but he's not as rough as he tries to act. You know, he's actually really sensitive. It's just that these surroundings are so new to him, and you know, he's so shy that he doesn't know how to express his feelings and his emotions as easy as everybody else does. But he comes around. Just takes him a little bit longer than everybody else. It's the same as the other kids. You know, we're already in the Army, and he just comes there to teach us. And you know, he sees, I think, also that I have a sensitive side, but you know, he doesn't push me too much to bring it out. You know, I think it's a collaboration of everybody's, you know, differences, and just it's wild. Yeah, actually about a year ago, I did a small role in a film, an independent film. Just came in, got killed, and left. I was in and out. But I've always, you know, as far as looking at roles, you know, I don't want to play something that's not, you know, me in some way anyway. It's got to be some type of similarities there, you know. It's easy if you're playing yourself, not necessarily Marky Mark, but somebody like you or somebody that you can relate to. It's pretty easy for me. Well, I just wanted to, I think, you know, I wanted to prove, you know, that I could do whatever I want. But not to the people who make the stuff happen, but just to kids who don't have any real direction in life, you know what I'm saying? And it's not necessary to say, well, if I can be in a movie, then you can too. But if there's something that you really want, you work hard at it, you can accomplish those things, you know? And I think, you know, like the workout video, if I didn't work out so much and didn't get so much from it, you know, I wouldn't do a workout video, because I'm not, you know, Jack LaLanne, you know, and I'm not, you know, Joe Weider. But I think, you know, if people want to know how I got it and I can help them get it for themselves, then it was cool, you know. I think it's introduced me to a much wider spread audience. I just think that in the way they showed me in like the commercials and the pictures, it didn't promote my message, you know, and I think that's why when I, you know, was out there so much, people didn't, you know, the people in this new audience didn't know who I was. So they were a little unsure of what I stood for. So when people were saying this and people were saying that, they didn't know, as opposed to people who knew me for my music and for what I stand for, you know, didn't, you know, think of that stuff, you know, for a second, because they knew. And that's why, you know, to not necessarily shun away from it, but use it to get to that platform and then make sure you promote your message is cool. I think the more I do it, the more, you know, people are gonna start, you know, forgetting about the message, you know, and I don't want that to happen. I think it's cool. I never realized it actually until people started telling me. You know, I was like, I don't, you know, I'm not that confident about how I look sometimes, you know. I mean, that's why I work harder at it, you know, to look better and feel better about myself. But if I inspire anybody, that's great. You know, I mean, people look at me in a sexy way. You know, it makes me feel good. It does a lot for my ego. But at the same time, you know, TV makes you look good. I mean, as terrible as it is, the kid who had the girls in the neighborhood and who had the nicest car and sold the most drugs. You know, there wasn't really anybody that I could look up to that was from my situation and really made something of himself. That's why I feel it's so important to stay true to who I am and where I'm from, you know, because kids like myself do look up to me, you know, and I came through it the right way, you know, so it really, you know, it gives them something to look at, you know, and something to work for, you know, and that's why I've accomplished really everything that I've set out to do. But to just stop and not stay on that mission, I think would be wrong too, because things are still getting worse, you know what I'm saying? Penny is my sister. Although, you know, I still think she's sexy. I used to always watch her with that little L on her shirt. Be like, oof. But, you know, she's like my sister. You know, she really looks out for me, you know. She's honest with me, you know, and I think that's what made me want to work with her. I mean, like I said, you know, when I first went to the reading, I just wanted to meet her. And after the reading, you know, it wasn't like I had to part, I had to go out and work for it. But I wanted to part, I wanted to work with her, you know, wanted to be a part of this project. Because it's something that I've rarely seen, you know. It's like making my records, you know, with me and my brother, you know. We really want the same thing, you know. So we have that bond automatically. And now I'm calling her up all the time. Penny, hang out with me. You know, she got me out here for 8 months doing nothing, and she told me it was gonna be a breeze. I do it, you know, in this situation every day of the week, you know, but I wouldn't just do a movie to do a movie, because I know this movie ain't gonna be, all the other movies are never gonna be like this, you know. It's like after you make that first record, you know, you have that bond with the people that you're working with. All the cast and crew was talking about, you know, what are we gonna do when this movie's over and we don't get to hang out with each other every day, you know, because we've grown so close.